Hello, my name is Siddhi Zozare and you are watching our daily bulletin Straight Up by edX Live. Recently, the University Grants Commission (UGC) announced that the National Eligibility Test scores will be used for PhD admissions. This will begin for the academic year 2024-25. The announcement also underlines that there will be no need for a separate entrance test which is conducted by several universities and higher educational institutions. UGC Chairman Jagdish Kumar stated that the National Testing Agency is planning to launch the application process for the June 2024 NET session next week. His tweet on platform X read, and I quote, "From the academic session 2024-25, all universities can use NET scores for admission to PhD programs in place of entrance tests conducted by different universities or higher educational institutions." Unquote. This announcement has led to mixed reactions. Let's hear what research scholars have to say about the UGC announcement.
PhD admissions based on NET is a problematic system, and it's better that universities do not adopt it. Firstly, NET is not an indicator of academic performance. It's not like your master's degree grades. And in general, rote learning multiple choice questions are not a good indicator of research aptitude, especially in social science. I'll give you an example. All students of history, whether they're from ancient, medieval, or modern history, give the exact same NET exam that assesses you for all three. But when you apply for PhD admissions, you're specifically applying for ancient, medieval, or modern history. So the NET exam for history is not a good applicable exam for admission to a specific program of the history department. There is also no existing NET exam for several disciplines. If you're doing a degree in the Center for Discrimination and Exclusion, or if it's a labor studies thing, you'll have to probably do a NET exam in an allied subject and study for it separately. So now, if there's no existing NET exam, you will have to study for a totally different NET exam just to be able to get admission in the discipline you want to enter. It's also not tailored to the specific programs that are developed by different departments across universities. Another problem is that this can lead to skyrocketing cutoffs because there are now two kinds of people applying for the NET exam: people who want admission in PhDs and people who want to be able to teach. So it's going to be a harsher struggle. It'll also create a coaching center culture which will be expensive for people from marginalized backgrounds. It will also emphasize rote learning to a degree that actually does not belong in research. It'll also mean that the fact that it's valid for only 1 year will mean expensive applications over and over for students, so it's not a very affordable process. There is also the added risk of paper leaks and how that would damage the integrity of admissions, as well of just how fair things are. The system can very easily be rigged, and you're taking away the power of university choice for students, as well as the university's choice to set its own admission procedure.
I do not find a significant difference with the UGC policy which they are come up with for the NET exam. I feel this is the repackaging for the same product they are delivering. We need to understand the reasons behind it. What UGC is claiming that for PhD aspirant, they don't need to give the separate exams conducted by the different universities, but if they clear the UGC NET exam for PhD, then they will eligible for the PhD admission. But at the moment we have with the NET exam, if a aspirant is qualified in the NET exam, they don't need to give the separate PhD entrance test. So what is the difference? Earlier, we have two cutoffs. One is for JRF and assistant professor both, and second is only for the assistant professor eligibility. Now they are come up with the three cutoffs. First is for the JRF and assistant professor both. Second is only for assistant professor, and third is for PhD admission. So I don't see a much difference here.
So UGC has announced that whoever's cleared UGC NET will now be able to apply for PhD programs, and not just that, they can also become an assistant professor, which is nice. And I believe that this process actually streamlines the process of applying for a PhD. In a way, it is good, but I also feel like if the exam itself can be critiqued in a way. For example, UGC NET, how can you like apply for a certain program based on just one exam? So that is quite baffling to me. And I myself, I'm doing my PhD in St. Joseph's University, and of course one of the requirement is UGC NET. And if you have not cleared UGC NET, then you have these entrance exam that you have to clear, which is good. And most of these entrance exams are very specific to your PhD program that you are applying for, which is a very good thing. But when you have like one exam that's going to determine the entire thing, then I think that might not be a good idea. But however, let's see how this goes. But in a way, it's a great thing that the whole process is streamlined now. So yeah.
That's all we have for you today. We will see you again tomorrow. Till then, mask up, stay hydrated, and stay safe.